I'm Ann Lang in Oshawa, Ontario. Right now, GM employees are meeting here at this union hall to discuss their next steps. Some are still hopeful something can be done to save the assembly plant that GM plans to close later this year. Close to 3,000 people will lose their jobs.
I thought it was fake news.
That you have no products allocated for Oshawa after December 2019.
And then I thought, okay, it's not fake news, it's General Motors playing their game. So they're telling us that we're not going to get product, and so then we're gonna have to take concessions on our next contract. It wasn't until the next day when we actually did our wildcat strike that I'm like, oh my God, this is real. And you're running on adrenaline. You know, I'm standing outside of the plant.
General Motors has done nothing but lie to you, to my family, to my friends, to me, to my community, to Canadian citizens.
It wasn't until I got home that I just sat down and deflated. Was basically I was beat, I was deflated, and then it hit you, and I couldn't talk about it for a couple of days. It was just, I didn't want to talk about it. I was trying to sort out my thoughts in my head. I didn't even talk about it with my boyfriend, who also works there. So it was just awful. Oshawa GM has always been a statement in Oshawa, and it was I got to be a part of that.
You know, the people that's been like 16 years, you're hoping that you're going to get enough time in to, you know, finish your career at GM, not have to start somewhere over at 45 to 50. And that's I think the majority that are really scared. You know, it was just a total shock. We were working 6 days a week, and now all of a sudden, what do you mean we're closing? I have 3 teenage boys, 19, 16, and 13. My oldest son works for Robinson's, which is our industrial cleaners and maintenance at the site. So not only am I losing my job, he'll be losing his as well. So his plans were he's going to be going to college in September, and he was going to continue working part-time. So now his part-time job it's going to be gone as well. So now I'm looking at the 2 of us having to do retraining, and where do we get the funding for that? Like, you know, and as a mother, you want to provide for your child, so he has questions. My oldest son, my middle son is in grade 11, so he's coming behind us. So we're looking at 3 of us having to pursue post-secondary right now. And just a lot of questions, like where is the money coming from?
I started working at General Motors in May of 1985 on the assembly line. Before that I was a chemist, and I was in a toxic environment. So I chose to go to General Motors because I knew the work was better and everything about the place was more progressive. For me personally, I'm an empath. I believe, you know, I feel other people's pain, and I'm seeing it every day. I'm seeing people that are stressed to the point of considering suicide. I'm seeing people that are at work crying. Most of our third shift people work alone, so you'll be walking through the workplace and finding people that are sitting there crying. One guy found last week with a bottle of pills in front of them. 4 of them could have killed him. So it's just devastating. Actually, what concerns me is that people keep talking about Oshawa, but our members live from Scarborough out to Belleville and north as far as Norwood and Peterborough, and so all of those areas, especially small towns, will be devastated.